Can we just talk about people pleasing a little bit? Because I'm pretty sure that I wrote the book on it. Think of how you can live your life bold and authentic and truly you when you're not trying to please everybody else around you. If you clicked on this video, there's a pretty good chance you are a people pleaser to some degree or another. It is my hope to be able to help you understand how you can let go of that prison of people pleasing once and for all. And once you do that, you're going to find that you have the freedom to gain the confidence you've been wishing you had all along. In this video, I will share with you a big lie that I believed about my people-pleasing behaviors that kept me living small. Once I found out about it, I was able to let go of some of the shackles that held me in and start living more authentically and truthfully to who I really was. And with that, I began to gain more self-confidence. This video is dedicated to you to help you do the same thing. I'm Kimberly and you are watching True Stature. Join this community of women right here on YouTube and be a part of something big. Now, when I said I wrote the book on people pleasing, I was not kidding. I have been a people pleaser for as far back as I can remember. That is 45 plus years of people pleasing. Now, I have to say that one of the beauties about getting older is becoming wiser and more knowledgeable about myself. With age comes a myriad of experiences and consequences and things that help me get to know myself better than I ever could in my younger years. But before I dig into my personal experiences with people pleasing, let me share this with you. According to the online magazine Psychology Today, for many, the eagerness to please stems from self-worth issues. They hope that saying yes to everything will make them feel accepted and liked. Comment below if you can relate. Have you ever people pleased to feel valuable? Another type of people pleaser has a history of maltreatment, so they were treated poorly perhaps when they were a child. Somewhere along the way, they decided that their best hope for better treatment is to please the people who were mistreating them in the first place. And over time, it became a habit for them. So whichever scenario you come from as a people pleaser, what you need to understand is both of them stem from a neediness of some sort. This is something that was actually really surprising to me because in all my years of people pleasing, I never knew that I was actually doing it, at least on a subconscious level, because I needed something. There was a selfish motive somewhere in there, and I never knew that until just the last couple of years. And here's a point of interest. Somewhere along the line, I began to mesh my people pleasing in with what I considered to be a noble person. And I got really confused between the two. Let me explain. I was trying to be a good person my whole life. I would serve and love others. I have a heart for people and for their welfare, naturally. And the people in my life know that about me. But somewhere along the way, like I said, I put people pleasing into that category of doing good. And it actually promoted more people pleasing, thinking I'm doing the right thing here. I'm doing the right thing. I'm being noble. I'm caring about what people need. So you might imagine my horror when I realized that my eagerness to please people was based on very selfish motives. I needed something, at least on a subconscious level, something. And what that was, I needed you to love me. I needed you to validate that I mattered. If I made you happy, that meant I was worthy of the space that I was taking up. So here's the meat of the message I want to share with you today, though. People pleasers often confuse people pleasing with kindness. And that was so me, and maybe it's you too. I really believe that generally people want to do right by the people around them. I believe that people are good, generally speaking. And this can be really tricky for the people pleaser if they have begun to blur the lines between people pleasing and just doing what the kind thing is. And so from my experience, I'm trying to help you make a clear separation between doing the moral or right thing versus the thing that you think will please people. When I separate out these two very different behaviors, hopefully you can see that one is very healthy and the other is extremely damaging to you and your confidence. Once you understand this and recognize it, you will begin to choose new ways of moving forward that are more healthy for you. Ways that will help you see your true value and not have the need to find value in somebody else by pleasing them. So let's make a clear separation. Living a moral life and doing right by people, serving others and caring for those in need is the right thing to do. And I would go so far as to say that that type of living will bring you joy and abundance. But making it your goal to please other people just so they will like you and accept you will only crush you and your self-esteem. There is nothing noble about being a people pleaser, but there is something noble about understanding the need to have boundaries and respecting others and respecting yourself. Sometimes that will mean saying no to others' requests, and sometimes you will have to speak your truth when no one else agrees with it. This can be very hard for a people pleaser. Trust me, I know. But as you begin to live your life more truthfully aligned to what you believe and what you feel, rather than always trying to please the people around you, you will begin to gain self-respect and self-confidence. This in turn will lead to even more ability to do the things and to say the things that you need to do and say. The next time you're asked to do something that does not quite sit right with you, or next time you feel like you need to agree with something that's being said because you want to keep the people happy, right? Just keep the peace, make them happy. That makes you a good person. Remember this, there are many good people who say, nope, I don't really agree with that, who speak their truth and stand up for what they know is right in their lives and coming from their place of authenticity, whether or not it's popular or will please the people around them. There are many good people who have personal boundaries. I hope you are receiving this message loud and clear. When I was a people pleaser, I was a good person, but none of that goodness was determined by my ability to please people. It was determined by how I treated people, and it is the same for you. You don't need to please people to be a good person. You no longer need to be in charge of other people's happiness, but you can certainly have a really positive impact on those around you by living true to who you are and saying what you need to say at all times. You can stop people pleasing now. Isn't that awesome? Think of how you can live your life bold and authentic and truly you when you're not trying to please everybody else around you. So let go of the shackles of people pleasing. Let go of all of that garbage. I have been there. I know what it's like, but I also know now what it's like to not really care that much and not put all my value into whether or not that person is happy with me or that person likes what I said or whatever it is. It's crazy. It's a crazy cycle. Get out of that cycle and find your true self. And it's going to take some effort on your part. It's not just going to come naturally. Sometimes I still have that tendency to want to please the people around me. And so the question that goes through my mind is, why am I saying yes when I actually feel no in my heart? And I can begin to analyze it. And this is where the change is coming, because I'm coming to know truthfully who's Kimberly and what she wants. That is confidence building. That, my friend, is what will give you the self-assurance that you need to move forward. So with that, we are done for today. Thank you so much for joining True Stature. And ladies, please, if you like what you saw today, click below, subscribe, become a member of the True Stature community. We need women like you. We truly do. Every single one of you counts. Thank you so much for joining us for the video, and I will see you next week. Bye. If you enjoyed this video, I think you'll like these as well.